side now of the Landmark Lanes, just a small part of the Landmark Recreation Facility. Earl Anthony's 15th strike of our live telecast. And that outside line, leaving the 2-8 on the right lane.
The diversified angles the players have played towards the pocket today, a very, very fair and equal condition for both righties and lefties this week. Pappas is outside, Earl Anthony's outside. You'll watch our tournament leader, Roy Buckley, is playing an inside line, so it's a choose your own spot and throw the ball well.
50 pounds lighter than Earl Anthony. And the current president of the Professional Bowlers Association, a native of Charlotte, North Carolina. Well, there's a 6-7-10 for the Prexy.
As we've seen before, Chris, that outside line, extremely good pin carry, but when you pull the ball or roll it a little too quickly, you'll leave a wide open split.
Bowling tip of the week with you, Bo, will be on the grip tip. 3 in a row. That's the way he opened the last game. And George, who finished 5th in the Quaker State Open in Grand Prairie, Texas.
The classic style of Pappas, 5-step delivery. Watch his shoulders and arm swing in perfect position. Look at that. You just cannot do it any better. Shoulder level with the swing, straight through with the arm. Good follow through and knee bend, really high with that hand. And one other thing, Chris, he moved to an inside line on a right-hand lane that time, so he's made an adjustment after the first 2 frames.
Last title, a great one. Firestone Tournament of Champions for George, 79. Oh, high hit, leaving the 6-7 now in the left lane.
Same result as he had before. We saw the left-handers in the first match. Aulby and Anthony both have trouble with this lane going high.
Again close. Looking for 4 in a row. So that makes closing with 4 his second win of the afternoon. He has struck 4 here, so it's 8 in a row.
Trajectory of Earl Anthony from low camera. Watch this ball straight through. Now, you don't need any sideboards on this one. As you see, every pin taken out nice and neat.
Oh, that was beauty and much needed by George Pappas of Charlotte, coming in the 5th frame. In a row. Anthony, 6th frame. 7. Five more.
Earl not saying much now, but the last time that Earl had 11 in a row on television was at the Cleveland Open, and he left a solid 9.
Down here.
Oh, there's the big 7. But round of applause, appreciation for a 6-bagger.
Watch the 4-pin just lay in the channel. Not quite. Give the left tap of the 7. Second pin on the left-hand side of your screen. There it goes. Not quite the solid 7, but Earl's happy with it.
Earl Anthony rolling the blue ball, hoping for a second win in as many weeks. Here's the tournament leader, tough Roy Buckley. And here at the Landmark Lanes in Peoria, Earl Anthony has won 3 in a row. His last win over George Pappas, 247 to 214, and now meets the tournament leader, Roy Buckley, from 5th to this point. Right back at it.
Earl trying to be the second player to win back-to-back victories this year. Marshall Holman did it at the Quaker State and the U.S. Open. Earl Anthony won the Rolaids. He's going after the AMF MagicScore Classic here.
So Roy Buckley, who's had this long wait as the tournament leader, comes right out from the right side with a strike on the right lane.
And you said a long wait, Chris. This could be a little vengeance for Buckley. His first appearance on a Pro Bowlers telecast championship round was in 1971 when he was the top seed. He lost to Earl Anthony, 226-181, just 10 years ago.
And Roy's glad to be back. Last appearance was in 1979. And there's a big double. And now here's a man who's had great success at winning back-to-back, qualified number 5 for today's live telecast. He's won 3 matches, 8 strikes, and that last one shooting a 247 to Pappas's 214. And he has a double. Earlier we asked Earl Anthony at 42 years of age how long he could compete at that age.
I am 42, but I think the key for me is to just stay strong physically and keep my desire. I feel like I'm bowling well, but I think the reason I'm bowling well right now is not physically as good as I was maybe 5 years ago, but I feel that emotionally and knowledge-wise I'm a better player than I was 5 years ago.
Well said. Seems like a very happy man.
And here's a man who cannot be intimidated, Roy Buckley, a true winner. He's an opportunistic guy, tough in the clutch.
Well, a 6-pin now. A spare for Roy Buckley in the 4th frame, trailing Earl Anthony by 12. More of the final game after this. Here in Peoria on the Illinois River, Earl Anthony of Dublin, California, and our little man made a booming strike there in the AMF MagicScore Open. Earl has won 3 matches in convincing fashion. He has a 3-bagger up shooting in the 4th frame in the title match head-to-head. Look at that management of his setting up, and it's beautiful. 5 in a row, Earl Anthony. Oh, he's dazzling them here at Ray Becker's Landmark Recreation Plaza.
Anthony said he wants to take over number 1. He said it last week, and he's well on his way to getting right up there with Roth and Holman. Leads by 32.
Makes a strike in the 5th frame. He opened with a double, 2 spares, and Roy Buckley, the tournament leader.
Buckley will not lay down and roll over, one of the great competitive match game players on the PBA Tour. But he's got his back to the wall now. Trails by 32. Needs a strike here to cut it to 22.
Oh, just a high hit, leaving the 6, 9, 10 for Buckley. It's only Mark Roth. Finished in 70th place. Marshall Holman took a week off.
70th place doesn't pay any money this week, Chris. Mark missed the cash. 48th place was $840. And our statistician, Palmer Falgren, 46, $855.
All right. There's 108 through the 5th, the spare in the 6th for Buckley. Earl Anthony, who has never won a television tournament from 4th or 5th position. A 6-bagger. 28 strikes thus far today for Anthony.
Down that lane.
With a 7th frame strike, 128 through 6.
52 pins down, 8th frame. Buckley has a possible 248. Don't count him out, but this is a must situation, 8th frame. He must strike here to put any pressure on Anthony at all.
Like that, a double. The lead is now 42 pins, and Anthony is up with a 7-bagger.
Get a break.
The string ends at 7, a high hit. 2-4-7.
This match is not over either. Earl must continue to fill the frames to shut out Buckley. Buckley still, remember, has a possible 248.
For Anthony, it's 197 through the 7th with a spare in the 8th frame and the 9th foundation coming up. To those of you watching your screen and able to see it, 39 pins now. At one time it was 52.
Look at the scoreboard. Put in 2 strikes for Roy Buckley, and the match is very close. Earl Anthony, the left-handed washout, the 1-3-6-7. If Earl does not convert this, Buckley can come up and take the lead with strikes in the 9th, 10th, and 11th.
2-1 for the professionals to convert this. Been cut to 24. Wow, the pin flying around that.
Don't count the Sphinx out. He's still in a must situation. But if he strikes here, he cuts Anthony's lead to just 14 pins. Look at that look in his eyes.
Oh, but the 4-7 on the right lane, and the husband of Alice and the father of Angie upset that he didn't get them all.
And he yelled back, his dad did it, and he's right. Earl Anthony is at 222 already through the 9th frame. Best Buckley could bowl is 226. He sure gave Anthony a run for his money, and Anthony knew he had a tiger by the tail. Both players going over to check the scoreboard. The situation is this. Buckley, the best he can do is 226. Anthony already has 222. A disgusted Roy Buckley. He's not used to losing, but he didn't lose today. He was beaten. It's a big difference. Buckley will be in the 220s.
Well, there is a 223. For Earl Anthony.
Son just had an operation on his knee in a hospital. I hope he really likes this. He's going to watch it this afternoon on the West Coast.
5th time you've won back-to-back. That's got to help make him heal in a hurry.
Well, he's a hell of a fine kid, and I just hope he comes out of it all right. It's just a knee operation, but I don't want him to have any problems with it.
Got a great dad.
Thank you, Chris.
Keep winning.